Hello rail fans, and welcome to another French Fried Trains Minecraft locomotive tutorial. Today, we're going to be building this EMD GT38Ace. And thanks to Trains Gameplay for requesting that I make this locomotive and making this video possible. Now, I was actually very unfamiliar with this locomotive before now, so I looked at a lot of pictures to build this, and hopefully I've done it justice. This is an Indonesian locomotive, and from what I gather, it runs on a narrower gauge, but I'm still going to build it at the same scale, because if we were to change the gauge of the tracks, the rails would be right next to each other, and one, it would look ridiculous, and two, it would really limit the amount of detail we could put in. So hopefully I've done this locomotive justice, so let's get right into it here. I'm going to build it on the end of the train I already have. So the first step is a dark oak stair to be the coupler. Underneath that, we put a dark oak fence gate for an air hose. Then, we'll delete these two fence gates on either side and replace them with two dark oak fences coming out to be the connected hoses and cables. Down on the rails behind that, we need to get a block of red concrete, 3 blocks wide coming across the rails. Then above that, we're still going to use red concrete, and we're going to make a row of blocks 5 blocks long coming out to each side of the rails. Then take red nether brick slab and put them under where it's sticking out on both sides there. On top of that, we're going to put a temporary block 1 block in from the end here, and then an upside down polished black stone stair coming sideways on the end here. Then we'll delete that temporary block, 3 upside down forward facing stairs, and then 1 upside down sideways facing on that side. Then we're going to take polished black stone block behind here and make a T-shaped pattern. And we'll put an end rod on the bottom on each side above the rails there. Then behind that, still using polished black stone block, we're going to make a 5x3 here, coming out to each side of the rails. Bring it out to both sides on the bottom here. Now we'll come on this gap with polished black stone slabs to be the stairs to get up, and put them on the bottom hitbox of all 3 of those blocks. Same thing over on this side, 3 polished black stone slabs coming up. Then we're going to take a polished black stone stair, and on these top corners we're going to place a backward facing upside down stair on each side. Then we're going to take a stone button and put it on the side of that top block there in front of the stair on each side. Now we're going to do our wheels, so skip a block back from this and get a block of netherite on each rail to be the wheels with an end rod axle. Then take a regular black stone slab, and we're going to make 2 rows of 5 coming across to both sides of the wheels on the upper hitbox here. Then another set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle, and another 2 rows of 5 regular black stone slabs coming 5 across on the upper hitbox. Then the final set of wheels for this truck, so netherite on each rail again with an end rod axle. Then we're going to open dark oak fence gate into the ends of the wheels on this side, and we got to open them into the ends of the wheels on this side. Then we're going to swing around on top here with a polished black stone block, and on this second block up above the truck, we're going to fill in this top middle 3 coming across and bring it down to the back of this truck here. For now, we'll stop above those fence gates. And I thought of a better way to do this front section already, so knock out this stair on either side. We got to move it 1 more backwards from there. We'll put a stair under it and a stair coming up like that. So there's 2 upside down stairs coming up. Then we'll knock out these blocks in front of the stair on top here, and also take off that button. Same thing here, knock out this block, take off that button. Then we'll fill in 1 row on that top middle 3 with polished black stone there, and then we're going to come in here and take out a player head. I'll be using the wither skull. We'll put a player head in that gap, make sure it's straight, and a player head in this gap. So now that slanted front section's a bit more detailed. Now we're going to come to the back of the truck here on this top section, and we're going to switch back to polished black stone block again, and we're going to make a 3x3 coming off the back of this section here. Then in front of that, we're going to switch to a smooth stone block, and we're going to make a row of 5 smooth stone blocks coming across to both sides of the rails here. Now on the next block down on the rails, get polished black stone block sitting on the rail here, and I started to make it 5 across here, but then I ended up changing it when I realized my mistake. So only make it 3 blocks across, and then we're going to extend it down by 8 blocks. So the polished black stone is 8 blocks long in total, and fill in all the middle 3 here. So just fill in the middle 3x8 here. Here's where I realized my mistake, so I took the blocks off the side. On the side, we're going to put upside down, outward facing polished black stone stairs in a row of 8. Same thing over here, so I took the blocks off this side, and we're putting upside down, outward facing polished black stone stairs for the bottom of this fuel tank here. Once we have that, we'll fill in this whole top of the fuel tank with polished black stone blocks coming all the way across and end to end. Behind the fuel tank, on the second block up, we'll switch to smooth stone block and put a row of 5 just like that. Then behind that smooth stone, still on that second block up, we're going to put a 3x3 of polished black stone in the middle. Now we'll do the next truck. So down on the rail, skip 1 block back behind that polished black stone and get netherite on each rail with an end rod axle. Then a regular black stone slab on the upper hip box that's 2 long and 5 wide coming to each side of the tracks. Then another set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle, and then same thing on the upper hip box, black stone slabs, 2 wide and 5 long, and then the last set of netherite wheels with an end rod axle. Now we take a dark oak fence gate, open them into the ends of the wheels here, and same thing over here, open them into the ends of the wheels here. Then we're going to switch back to a polished black stone block and keep filling in this top middle 3 down to the end of this truck here. We come out till right above those fence gates. Now in front of that, still using polished black stone, we're going to make a 5 wide by 3 tall rectangle coming out to each side of the rails here. Then we'll go ahead and fill in this first layer of 5 behind it. Put 2 upside down stairs facing backwards, just like that on either side. Then we'll delete this middle block in front of the stairs, and we put a wither skull in that gap in front of the stairs on each side. Then we'll swing around in front of it with a polished black stone block and make a T-shaped pattern. Then we put an end rod on either side of a bottom above each rail. In front of that, a row of 3 red concrete on bottom coming across the rails, and then a row of 5 red concrete above it. Then a red nether brick slab in that bottom corner there, and in this bottom corner here. On top, in the middle, 3 upside down forward facing polished black stone stairs, and then upside down sideways facing ones on either side. Then in this gap, we'll stack 3 polished black stone slabs on the bottom hip boxes to be the stairs on either side of the locomotive. Now we're going to swing around on top with a polished black stone block, and we're going to fill in this top middle 3 coming all the way down to the other end of the locomotive here. Now we'll work on the truck some more. So above each wheel on the side, put a regular black stone slab. Same thing here, above each wheel. Then we got to do the same thing on the other side. So a slab above each of these wheels. And one more corner to go, a slab above each of these wheels. Then on the outside of all these smooth stone bricks, we're going to place a stone button. do the same thing over here on the other side as well. So a button there and a button there. Then we come on the side right in front of this smooth stone, put an upside down backward facing black stone stair, then an outward facing one and a forward facing one. And we're going to do that on all corners of this. So forward facing, sideways facing, backward facing, so it wraps around. We'll do the same thing on this side. So facing that way, then facing sideways, then facing this way. And one more to go. Backward facing, sideways facing, forward facing. Now we're going to come back to the trucks, and on the sides in front of each of the 3 wheels, we're going to put a hopper. Same thing up here, a hopper in front of all 3 wheels. Then we'll do that on the other side. So a hopper in front of these wheels, and hoppers in front of these 3 wheels. Then we're going to come underneath here with a polished black stone slab, and underneath this 3, we're going to make a 3x3 of slabs on bottom in the middle. Same thing over on this end, a 3x3 of slabs on the bottom in the middle. Then take smooth stone slabs and run them on the bottom of these smooth stone blocks. 1 line, 5 blocks long. Same thing here, a row of 5 slabs on bottom. Then we're going to come in on the side above the truck here, and just 1 block over from the front wheel, put a grindstone, and 1 block over from the back wheel, put a grindstone. So it looks like that. Same thing here. 1 in from the wheel, on the front and the back, we put grindstones. We'll do that over here too, so a grindstone there and there. And the same thing here. 1 in from this wheel and 1 in from that wheel. Now we decide which end is the front here. My front's going to face the void. So coming off the front of the fuel tank here, 3 blocks back, put 2 polished black stone blocks on top on each side, just like that. There's like this box thing there. On the next block down, on the side of the fuel tank, put a tripwire hook and 1 on the back black stone block. Then put a crimson button right there. Same thing on this side. So a tripwire hook here and here, and a crimson button right there. Now we're going to take out a polished black stone slab, and starting up there on the front, we're going to start filling in this very top edge here with polished black stone slabs coming all the way down. Skip in front of that box and keep bringing them forward to the other end of the locomotive here. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Now we'll come around on this end here with a dark oak stair to be the coupler, get it stacked up to that second block. Delete the ones used for placement, put a dark oak fence gate under it for an air hose, and then turn to the side here and open a dark oak fence gate on either side of the coupler. Now we'll work on the cab, so come on the front here, 2 blocks in from the end, and we're going to make a 3x3 of red concrete. Come around like this. On this other side, it goes 1 red concrete, 1 white concrete, 1 red, and then bring 2 across the top. We leave that open for a door. Then, on the outside edge, we're going to make a row of 5 red concrete on either side. Above that, a row of 5 white concrete on either side, and then another row of red concrete on either side. Then we put 1 red concrete in each front corner and 2 red concrete in each back corner. Then we're going to fill the gap with black stained glass panes to be the windows. Come around to the front and a black stained glass pane on either side with red concrete in the middle there. Then we'll come above the windows and we'll fill in the middle 3 with red concrete. Come around behind it and we'll bring this middle 3 all the way to the back of the cab to do the whole roof in red concrete here. And actually we're going to take out this first row of red concrete above the windows here. Then on the nose here, this first metal block knock out and replace with blue concrete and put a sideways warp fence there. The horn's actually on the nose here. Up above the windows, we're going to put pistons and redstone in the middle to extend them out. Then we're going to take andesite stairs above the side windows here and put them right side up, facing outward. Same thing over here, a row of andesite stairs. Then we're going to come on top here with light gray carpet, and we're going to start filling in the roof of the cab with light gray carpet here. Crouch and have them sticking out above those two pistons as well. Then fill in the rest of the roof here with light gray carpet. Now put a redstone wall between those two pistons and an item frame and glowstone for a headlight. Then come on top and go ahead and put light gray carpet above that headlight as well. Come down on the front plow, and on the top corners, put two item frames on either side. Put a dark prismarine block in the center item frames, and then we're going to put a redstone block on the outer item frames. These represent class lights. And I'm not liking how these side windows look, so we're going to knock out this back red block and replace it with black stained glass pane. Same thing over on this side. Now behind the cab, one block in, we put two red concrete on each side, and then two white concrete above those. Then on this side, a column of two, and then one behind that of red concrete. And then the other side is just one red concrete. We're going to leave a space for a door there. We're going to put a crimson door in that gap, and then come around on the nose and put a crimson door down in this gap here. Then we'll come back up here in these top corners and put a blue concrete on either side. Now come on down to the back, 2 blocks in from the end, and we're going to put 3 red concrete across the middle. Then, on either side of that coming forward, we're going to extend red concrete forward by another 6 blocks. And we'll go ahead and do that on the other side, so another 6 red concrete coming up here. Then above that, we're going to switch to white concrete and put a layer of white concrete covering all this red concrete here. Then we switch back to red, and we put a full layer of red coming around. And then a second layer of red, starting 1 block in from the front there on each side. Now we're going to swing around in front of this on the bottom here, and we're going to switch to blue concrete. And on the bottom, we're going to put a row of blue concrete coming up each side here, going all the way up to the front of the locomotive here. Just keep bringing it forward till it meets up with that there. Then, on both sides, we do a full layer of white concrete coming from the front to the back. Once the white concrete meets up, we do another layer of blue concrete coming all the way forward. Same thing on this side. And we're actually going to make the layer of blue concrete 2 blocks tall on each side. So extend it all the way up here, just like this, and keep bringing it forward on both sides. Connect it all the way up just like that on both sides. Now come on top right behind the cab and put 3 andesite stairs, then a row of 3 andesite slabs, then in this middle an andesite slab, a gap, and another slab. Put netherite in the middle, and on top of that we're going to go ahead and put an iron trap door because this is where a fan will be. Surround this with slabs and then make this plus shape for the fan. And actually go ahead and knock out that first trapdoor and raise the trapdoor up to the top of the fan here. Now on the side of the top blue block, lined up with this fan, we're going to put 3 upside down warp stairs. Same thing on this side, 3 upside down warp stairs. Then go ahead and put 3 andesite slabs above the warp stairs on either side. Now come on the top of the back with an andesite slab, and we're going to fill in this middle 3, covering the entire area of red concrete here. Then start 1 block in from the back, put a slab in the middle, make a plus shape, and then another one. 2 fans back here. Knock out these middle blocks, and we're going to go ahead and get netherite down in there, and then we'll put trapdoors above the top to be the fans. Then on the outside edge, directly in front of this, start running a row of outward facing, right side up, andesite stairs all the way down to the front of the locomotive till it meets up here. We'll spin around. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So a row of right side up andesite stairs facing this way, coming from front to back. Then we're going to go ahead and fill in this whole middle with andesite blocks coming all the way forward. I'm just going to use a temporary block to count here, coming backwards from this front fan, 6 blocks out, knock out the hole on that 7th block. Get rid of the temporary blocks, and we're going to put the smoker down in there to be the exhaust. Now behind the cab by the door here, we're going to knock out these 3 blocks under the warp stairs, and we're going to replace them with blue shulker boxes. Then we're going to skip 1 block back from that and place 1 shulker box in there. Then we're going to go ahead and skip 1 more block back and knock out a column of 2 going up. Fill that with bedrock to be a vent. So you should look something like this right about now. Then behind that bedrock, we're going to knock out a 2x2, and we're going to fill that 2x2 with sideways blue shulker boxes. Then we'll come around and work on some detailing over on this side here. Come under those warp stairs, knock out the 3 blocks underneath it here. Had a little mistake, and put blue shulker boxes in there. Then skip a block back, knock out a single, and put a blue shulker box. Skip a block back, a column of 2, and bedrock in it. Then there's a blower on this side, so 1 block behind that, put 3 blue stained glass, then 3 white stained glass, and then 3 blue stained glass. Then down in this corner behind the cab, put 2 red concrete on bottom. Then we're going to take a dark oak sign for more detail and put 3 of them under those shulker boxes in the white concrete, and then another row of 3 underneath that. Now that I look at it, I'm not liking how these fans blend into the roof, so we're going to change it just to differentiate it. So we're going to knock out the plus shape of these fans, and we're going to replace them with polish andesite, just so it stands out a little bit. We'll come and do that on the back here too. So knock out all these plus shapes of the fans and replace them with polish andesite slabs stacked up. So just keep deleting those and replacing them with polish andesite. This way, these will actually look like a separate piece and not part of the roof. Then we'll come forward from this back fan and the top middle with a temporary block. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Knock out a hole on that 5th block and put a bedrock in there for a vent. Delete all those temporary blocks. Now we'll come work on this back section here. So 1 block in on top from the end, we're going to knock out a 2x2, skip a block, and we're going to knock out a second 2x2. There's a bunch of vents we got to put in back here. And I'm just going to knock it out the same pattern on the other side, right through here. So a 2x2, skip a block, and a 2x2. Then I'm going to fill in this middle with bedrock on both sides. Then we'll fill in the outsides with iron bars to make our actual radiator vents. Same thing over here, fill these gaps with iron bars. Then I miscalculated, we have to extend all this red concrete forward by 1 on each level. Same thing over here. Extend the red concrete on each of the 3 levels forward by another 1 block. Then on the bottom level, 1 block in from the back, knock out a row of 3 and put bedrock in there. Same thing over here. 1 block in, knock out a row of 3 and fill it with bedrock. Now we'll detail this rear end, so put 2 item frames on each of the top sides of this. Put quartz block in the middle ones and dark prismarine on the outside. Swing up to the top middle, 2 item frames with glowstone for rear headlights, and then we're going to run a ladder up the left hand side here. Then we'll come knock out this block under the ladder, and we'll replace that with black wool. Now we're going to come up on front on this other side here, because we got to make some stairs to get up to this door on the side. So on bottom, 2 red concrete, and then a white concrete in front of the door, so you can actually walk up there. Now we're going to take a crimson button and put a crimson button on each top corner of the nose and up on those pistons there. Now we'll work on our handrails, so take a dark oak fence gate, start on bottom here, come up by 4, and then over 1. Then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Start on bottom, come up by 4, and then over 1. Then on this side, we start on bottom, we come up 4, over 1, up 1, over 1. And we'll do the same thing here. Start on bottom, up 4, over 1, up 1, over 1. Then on this side, on back of the cab here, by this crimson door, we're going to start on this row of red concrete, come over 2, then down 1, over 1, down 1 again, and then we're going to extend it back another 3. And we'll connect it down on bottom like that. On these locomotives, the railings don't run the entire length like they do on most of the locomotives we built. So here we'll connect one down on the side there, come up, right in front of all these dark oak signs, up 1, and then over to connect. So it looks like that. Then we'll have to do the railings on the back. Back here we'll start on bottom, we'll come up by 4, and then we'll bring it forward 2, and then 1 down to connect on the side like that. We'll do the same thing here, up 4, over 2, and down 1. And this is like the front, we come up 4, and over 1. Same thing here, up 4, and over 1. Then we're going to fill in this back porch here with black carpet. And actually, that center block needs to be a red nether brick slab. Then we're going to come on the side with black carpet, even over that wither skull, and run it all the way up this walkway here, all the way to the front of the locomotive. And then black carpet up on these stairs here. And then down on this side here. And we'll do the front porch and the same thing, a red nether brick slab in the center. And then 2 on this walkway. Then black carpet up on that red concrete. You won't be able to do it where those signs are or where this blower is, but fill all the rest in with black carpet coming all the way back down this side of the locomotive. Right up to those stairs. Now we're going to work on the interior. So come on in through this door here into the inside. We can't really see anything, so I'm going to go ahead and make it daytime real quick. We're going to take a smooth stone slab right here and stack it all the way up to the bottom of the window here. We'll do the same thing over on this side, and we'll fill in right there. Then turn to the side and raise this side up all the way till it's the same level as the door here. Then back in front of that door, and 1 forward. Then we'll fill in this side all the way till it's that same level as well. Then we'll use our slabs to make some stairs going down in the middle here. And we'll test them out to make sure they work. And actually we can't fit, so we're going to knock out this middle block here. Now it works and we can get down here. Go ahead and take out another crimson door, and we'll put it across this gap here. Then come back into the cab. In the back, we're going to put a sideways blast furnace and glowstone to light it. Then, in the middle, an item frame with an end crystal. And then I'm going to put the lever on the left because I'm pretty sure the driver sits on that side in this. And a slab on the other side for a little desk. Then we'll put 2 stairs to be seats. And now the interior is done. Now we're going to come out here on the nose with blue carpet and fill the rest of this nose in with blue carpet. Come on down to the back on top here, because there's actually another horn on the rear end of this. And we're going to open a birch fence gate right here to be that rear horn. And I just realized some more details we need to edit. Come under here, knock out this red block and replace it with blue. Then knock out this one, replace it with blue, and replace the top one with red. I had the angle wrong on this side. Then we're going to go ahead and put that black carpet back in place. Now we need to make a banner, so get out a loom and come into it. We're going to use a red banner here, and we're going to be using black dye. Make the top half black. Then switch to red dye and put a red border around it. These will be some window banners. And for some reason it didn't save, so I had to do it again. Put this banner on the front here and here. Then we'll come around behind the cab, put a window banner here, and over on this side. Come on this front plow here, and on the red concrete second block up, put an item frame on either side with glowstone for ditch lights. Now come up behind the cab, because I'm not quite liking how this looks, and we're going to knock out these 3 slabs in front of the fan and these 3 stairs, and we're just going to fill that with andesite block. Now we're going to come back into our loom to make a banner for the logo. We're going to take a white banner, and we're going to use blue dye. We're going to put a horizontal blue on bottom. Then we're going to take that same banner here, and we're going to switch to red dye, make the top half red. Then take the same banner, switch to white dye, and make a horizontal white on top. Then switch back to red dye and put a red border around it. This just represents the logo, so we're going to put that in the center of the nose here, and we'll come down and put it on the back end of the locomotive as well. And we'll go ahead and put it right in the middle here. We're actually going to have to knock out one of these headlights to place it correctly. And another thing I just realized is the white stripe doesn't wrap around the back, so knock out this layer of white concrete on back and replace it with red. Then we can replace that ladder there. And our railings don't look quite proportional to the real thing, so I'm going to raise all the tops of these railings up by another one with dark oak fins. Then we'll come work on this front one as well here. Right here, I'm going to extend it all down, another layer of 1. Then we'll raise these front layers up, another layer of 1, and we'll fill in 1 in these corners on each side up here, just so the railings look a bit more proportional to the real thing. Come back here, and we're going to extend this layer out, another 1. And there you have it, folks. We've completed this Indonesian GT38Ace locomotive. And once again, thanks to Trains Gameplay for requesting that I build this locomotive and making this video possible. Like I said, I was very unfamiliar with it before I did this video, so hopefully it turned out well. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and everyone have a great week. Stay safe out there.